The Pig of Wisdom talks about genes and alleles. Yay! Hi there, Pig of Wisdom here. I've got a few things to say about genes and alleles. A scientist called Mendel discovered a lot of what we now understand about inherited characteristics. One specific characteristic in a plant or animal is controlled by a specific gene, which is part of a chromosome. For example, your eye color is controlled by a gene. But there are lots of different eye colors caused by different variants of that gene. We call these variants alleles. You can inherit different alleles of the same gene from each parent. Some alleles are more dominant than others, and some are more recessive than others. If you inherit one dominant and one recessive allele, you will have the dominant characteristic, but you could pass on the recessive characteristic to your children because you are a carrier. That is, someone who has the recessive allele without showing it. If you get an exam question about this, it will probably be about one of three things. It could be plants, usually pea plants, because that is what Mendel did a lot of his work on. It could be about polydactyly, which is a dominant allele that causes you to have 6 toes. Or it could be about cystic fibrosis, which is caused by a recessive allele. Remember, if you get a question about the odds of a couple having a boy or a girl, the likelihood is always 50-50 or 1-to-1. If you have a question about other inherited characteristics involving dominant and recessive alleles, just draw the box and fill in the 4 options, then work out how many of the 4 possibilities will exhibit the dominant or recessive characteristic. Crossing 2 short plants will always give you 100% short plants as a result. Crossing a plant with 2 dominant tall alleles with any other plant will always give you 100% tall plants as a result. But some of those plants might carry the recessive allele as well. And if you get a question about screening embryos to check for inherited conditions, remember that it is expensive and difficult to do, but it can also help to eliminate dangerous inherited conditions.